So, of course, after every American election, Canadians get together and say, how is this going to impact us? Michael Diamond is an expert, not only Canadian politics, American politics. He joins me right now. One of the things, first of all, Biden said during the election, if I'm elected, I'm going to stop the Keystone Pipeline. A lot of people in the West are just, that's their last resort.
Well, absolutely. And, in Canada, if you look at polling, even amongst conservatives, Joe Biden would have won massively here. And all the time, in every election, Canadians generally prefer the Democratic candidate, and by huge numbers. But usually the Democratic candidate for the interests of Canada, for our economic interests, aren't as good as the Republican candidates. George W. Bush was a better option for us than Al Gore or John Kerry because of trade. Ronald Reagan was and Keystone's been key to that. So Mitt Romney, for example, would have built that. Barack Obama obstructed it. And so what we have now, though, is a situation where Donald Trump, wasn't such a good trading partner for Canada. He was definitely tougher than previous presidents. He wanted to extract wins. He threatened to blow up NAFTA, and I will give credit to Chrystia Freeland for extracting as good as a deal as Canada possibly could, but it certainly wasn't ideal. So usually, the Republican candidate will be better for Canada in many regards. But in this case, although on Keystone, Joe Biden, Canadians are going to be celebrating that Joe Biden won by and large. On Keystone, he's going to be quite bad for our energy sector. So that's concerning. On trade relationships in general, well, I do think that we'll have at least a more predictable pathway forward with Joe Biden than we did with Donald Trump.
We will have better relations. We'll have better trade relations.
The state dinner is going to be great.
Yeah, I know. But for Keystone, do you think that Canada has any chance, it's a tough question for you, has any chance of keeping it on?
Look, I think, there's definitely a lot of support for Keystone and energy in general in the United States. It benefits a lot of states that it should be.
And a lot of companies in the States don't want Keystone.
A lot of companies don't, but some do. And what we'll see is, the Republicans have the Senate, most likely. The Democrats most likely have the House of Representatives. That's pretty much sure right now. Donald Trump, Joe Biden, new Donald Trump is caught in between a rock and a hard place. He's going to have to keep Mitch McConnell happy and give the Republicans in the Senate some votes. But he also has AOC and the Bernie Sanders wing in Congress who are going to want to push him to the left. So it's going to be a delicate balancing act. And unfortunately, Western Canada might get the squeeze.
Well, and the Senate, of course, as you say, is going to be run most likely by the Republicans. So, but generally, though, so we don't know what Keystone, hard one to call, but generally, Canadians will be more comfortable with Biden.
Sure, and world leaders across the spectrum are going to be more comfortable with Biden because it will be more predictable. You won't have the circus, the clown show around international events. Does that mean it will be better? Not necessarily, but I know a lot of business leaders who really value predictability, and I guess it's the same is true for global leaders.
Michael Diamond, 3 minutes and a good one. Thanks very much. The numbers are in. And it's obvious that more and more people are watching this show because you are getting the precise and concise news that you would not get on the mainstream media. And in the meantime, I guess we're cheesing a few people off. That's clear from the fact that Randy Hillier, MPP, was censored. You can see my views on that on StephenLeDrew.ca. So we have to keep this going. We started it as a project. We are running out of money. If you know someone who wants to advertise or to sponsor this, please fill in the form because we are determined to keep this news on the air for you.